So how you doing, brother? What's your name, sir?
Joe Green.
I'm sorry?
Joe Green.
Joe Green?
Yeah.
All right, so what we reading, Mr. Joe Green, is we reading out of the Bible, right?
Yeah.
You believe in the Bible?
Yeah.
All praises. So guess what?
Right.
This Bible here shows, this here is our history book. A lot of times you read about it just being religious, Baptist, Christian, Catholic. It ain't got nothing to do with none of that. This is that black history like I just mentioned earlier. You know how in school they taught us, well, we come from royalty, we come from this, that, and the third, but they never really prove exactly where and when was that. Guess what? This is what that is. This is what that is at. You understand? So what we was just showing, for example, when you plan on honoring any of the parades today? Do you go to parades normally? So guess what? What we want to show you is how the parades was at one point something that blacks and Hispanics, we did not do that because this is who we are right here. See right here? This is the 12 tribes of Israel, the lost tribes. You probably heard that term a lot of times, the lost tribes. These are those lost tribes, Judah, Benjamin, Levi. These are our captive names right here, the names we were given in slavery. So do you see yourself on this sign?
Really?
What's your race?
Black.
You black, right?
Yeah.
So according to the Bible, you would be Judah.
Right.
Today's society call us American blacks. You understand? So this is who we come from. You ever heard of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob?
Yep.
Jacob's name was changed. Give me that. Israel. Jacob's name was changed to Israel in the Bible, and he had 12 sons. This was his sons, and their children became the tribes of each of them. You understand? So that's who we are, the 12 tribes of Israel, the lost tribes that these people never teach about.
Yeah.
Read.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 32, and verse 28. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For a prince has thou power with God and with men, and has prevailed.
So that's what the name Israel means. We have power with God and with men. That's the promise. That's a great gift the Lord gave us. Meaning, give me Deuteronomy. Chosen above all people.
Yes, sir. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
7 and 6.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So when he said we got power with God and with men, he also chose us to be better than all people on the face of the earth, meaning you supposed to be above this white man who ride around with his nose in the air.
That's right.
You understand? This man who own all these corporations, we are supposed to be ruling over them.
That's right.
But for the reason we are not doing that is because we are cursed. You ever heard of the curses? We are cursed for breaking God's commandments, right? Deuteronomy 28, verse 15.
Yeah. I got to get home now.
You gotta, look, just give us a few minutes. Give us a few minutes.
Get home.
We want to show you that you're Israel. That way you can take this information, study it, apply it, and then go pass it on to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Especially the young men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You probably got grandsons, granddaughters, right?
Yeah, I do.
Guess what? They're the next generation, right? The younger generation is supposed to be the better generation, right? Pass this on to them. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments, and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So God told us if we didn't keep his commandments, for example, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not worship any God before me,
Right.
that these curses was going to come upon us. Guess what? Today we are worshiping other gods before the Most High God.
Right.
They out there celebrating Namtak, Bacchus, Endymion, all these parades. That's major idolatry, man. Because with along that, all kind of evil was being done. They killing, they robbing, they stealing, committing adultery, fornication. And guess what? That's these people on this sign who doing these things. That's the reason why these curses are upon us, right? 28:45.
Verse 40.
28:48.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, and hunger.
Slow down a little bit. So he said, therefore, for one, we showing you one of the curses. So for breaking his commandments, we have to serve our enemies. Can you name a time in history when we served our enemies?
No.
Huh? No?
No.
You older than me. I know you know.
Yeah.
And you scared to say it? Which one? You scared to say it, or you really don't know?
I don't know.
So what was happening to your grandparents and great grandparents before you? What happened? What happened? Was they slaves?
Yeah.
So you don't know?
I don't know. But I just go what I went through. Understand? Like I know my grandma, my grandpa, they work on the plantation. I know that. I know that for a fact.
So guess
Cause
what?
I'd have been out there with them on the plantation.
So you know. What you talking about, you don't know.
I don't know about all this stuff. I know what I went through. Understand?
All right. Guess what? And what we showing you, what y'all went through, is in the Bible. That's the part that they don't point at the church. The churches should be teaching us this. That's the reason, by us not knowing this, is the reason why we carry on the way we carry on. You see the atrocities that only happen in the black and Hispanic community. That only happen in our community because we don't know this, right? So finish up that, because I want you to see clearly what God left behind for us to come back to our common senses on. Read.
Therefore shall thy serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
So guess what? Hunger, thirst, nakedness, that's food, clothes, water. You serve your enemies for that, right? At one point, slavery, we had to work to get fed. If you didn't work, they didn't feed you, they beat the hell out you too, right? So guess what? You still serving them today.
Right.
You got a job, right? You work, you make that money. You have to go and purchase your needs from who?
Right.
Walmart, Winn-Dixie.
Right.
All this stuff is owned by who? I want you to say it, because I know you know it. Let that lion come out. Who?
Wild people.
Them white folks.
That
Right.
white folks, boy.
We serve them.
Yeah. That's how.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
That's my favorite part right there. They say he shall put a yoke of iron on our neck, right? So guess what? That's them yokes of iron right there, them shackles.
Bring it
All the
on.
stuff that they put on us, they did that to us. The Lord is telling you plain as day who your enemy is. And he said you still serving them. So guess what that means? They still your what? Your enemy. You know that. That's our enemy. God letting you know that's your enemy too. So guess what? You ain't got to be out here trying to be scared to say it. The Lord letting you know right now. He said he shall put a yoke upon your neck until he have destroyed you.
You know, all black doing that to us too.
Oh yeah, right.
Let's hear one more, then I got to go. Yeah.
Hosea chapter 4 verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of
This is
Israel.
what you said. Read.
For the Lord had a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, no mercy, no knowledge of God in the land.
So hold on. We just read we was destroyed by these people. Now we at this point. He said there is no knowledge or mercy of God in the land. Guess what? Our people don't know. Our people don't know we are the Israelites.
Right.
They don't know that we blacks and Hispanics are the same people from the same nation, because we even hate each other amongst that.
Bring it out.
Blacks and Hispanics don't get along. Native Americans don't too much care for us, but guess what? We the same people. We all the 12 tribes.
That's right.
We all running around here shooting and killing, robbing and stealing, right? You see us out here, we can't even keep, the men not even raising the children.
Right.
We have baby, we go shoot our seed off, acting like a rolling stone, and our children grow up, who is my daddy?
Bring it out.
Because they don't know their daddy, they got a messed up mindset. Now they out here robbing, stealing, and killing, because they don't know their daddy, they angry. They mama don't know how to fully raise a young man. Now some of them got some feminine ways and they want to like other men.
Bring it out.
This is all because by design this white man has been allowed to destroy us. We'll finish that off. He destroyed us and we don't know we are Israelites. We don't know that God is only our God and he's a black man that looks just like us.
That's right. Verse 2. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out and blood touching blood.
I just named all that. He said blood touching blood. That's an old way for saying black on black crime. We kill each other.
Right.
And I was just saying a few minutes ago, we the only community or race of people that act like that. You don't hear nothing about the news all the time. Oh, white man shooting up his neighborhood. white man trapping out dope in his neighborhood. If anything, they make the dope and they bring it to our community.
That's right.
Shalom Israel, this is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
If anything, they make the dope and they bring it to our community.
That's right.
And we destroy each other with it.
That's right.
You understand?
It's not that people I leave. Why is that Ku Klux Klan no more anymore? Because they put their guns and dope on the street, let them kill their own damn self.
Well, guess what?
I got to go.
Look, one more before you leave. Because you said something. I like what you said. Judah 5 and 20 again, because he wasn't here for that. Judah 5 and 20. You right. Ku Klux Klan, their job is a lot easier. They don't have to march too much and poke us up with spears, burning crosses in our house. But they do have, because we were just looking at an article not too long ago, them dropping crates of guns off in people's neighborhoods.
That's right.
And admitting to it, right? Now go ahead and read that. This is why they do that type of stuff. How you doing, sis? When you get a chance, come over here and learn that you are Israel. Look.
Judah chapter 5, verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
So guess what? Right here in this time in history, you had the white man coming to overthrow us, right? And he had Chinese folks, all of them helping him, right? This is the other races coming against these people right here. They was warning him. They said, if these people don't have no, if they sin against their God, this is going to be their ruin. Their weakness is when they break the commandments of God.
That's right.
That's their kryptonite. When they break the commandments, they have no power. That's what he was telling them. Read.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
He said, let us consider, look, if they're breaking the commandments of God, this going to be their ruin. This going to be our chance to overthrow them, because their God don't defend them when they break his commandments.
Right.
That's just like you as a father. You tell your son, don't run these streets. Don't be out here running with them boys.
Teach.
Because if you get caught, I can't help you. Then he get locked up, right?
Yeah.
Then now you sitting up there, see, I told you. That's how the Most High God dealt with us. You understand? Now read the next one.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
He said, let us go up and we shall overcome them. Now, side note, why you think on TV you only see us playing roles as drug dealers, homosexuals, our women play roles of prostitutes, strippers. They play roles of broken households on TV. That's today's media push on us. The rap music. Our leaders is nothing but comedians, ball players, Megan Thee Stallions, Lil Wayne, people who don't got no damn common sense. This is the people we look up to, right? That's all under the white man's hand. They allowed those type of images to come out into our community. When you see them on TV, they always got great roles. Kings, household leaders, family always together. We always have a broken image. That's part of that history. They still use that today. If they are in sin, we can still rule over them. Now read the next part.
Verse 20, verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation.
But if there's no sin amongst these blacks, Hispanics, the 12 tribes of Israel, if there's no sin in them, read.
Let my Lord now pass by.
Bro, you better watch out. Go ahead.
Lest their Lord defend them.
Unless their Lord defend them. He said, no, but if they ain't sinning, bro, I'll tell you right now, you better leave them alone.
Right.
Because if they ain't sinning, God will defend them. And when you start to read this Bible, which is your history book, you're going to see many great defeats against these nations when we keep God's commandments. That's how we overthrew them. You have kings when the Most High told us just stand still and don't do nothing, and destroyed the hell out the heathens while we just stand there looking at them. God fights for the black and Hispanic man when we keep his commandments. That's why we take what we do so serious. That's why we want our people to hear this, because this is our history. This is our key back to power. If he got these curses still on us today, you don't think we could come up when we keep the commandments? That's the point. So guess what?
I appreciate that.
All right, brother.
I appreciate that.
Make
Y'all
sure you
take it
follow
easy.
up on that fly because we got a website with more information.
All right, thank you.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word